Hi, thanks for joining us. I'd like to talk to you today about something that I'm very personally passionate about. It's the elimination of complaints to the front desk about Wi-Fi. I travel a lot and I visit a lot of hotels, and to me that's one of the key things that I care about. When I check in, I want to be able to do some work and I want to be able to do it mobilely. I want to have wireless connectivity. So when I complain, I think there's a few implications that really aren't on the surface that I'm going to dive into in this short video. I'm also going to talk about some of the core reasons why these front desk complaints happen, and then I'll finally summarize with a little bit about how you can resolve this simply and easily in your facility and actually bring yourselves to a point where front desk complaints are a thing of the past around Wi-Fi. So let me start with what the impact is. Clearly the impact is obvious to the guest. They're dissatisfied, they may not come back, they may even, through social media, let other people know that you don't have a good Wi-Fi. There's clear impact and negative impact that comes from that. But there's two other things that I think are a little bit more subtle, which are equally important though. The first is staff morale and staff satisfaction. Many times your staff is incentivized, and the nature of hospitality, one of the beautiful things about it is that the staff is so service-oriented. And when they can't do their job, that isn't really something that's going to help them feel good about it. So when I have a key card problem with my room, I can go down to the front desk and they're delighted to help me fix that because they can fix it. When I call down with the front desk complaining about Wi-Fi, most often they can't. And that's a real problem. So you want to eliminate front desk complaints on Wi-Fi partly because you want your staff to be more efficient and more functional and more focused on their jobs. Second thing is a financial impact. Right? One of our customers, they have a 350-room property. They reported that each complaint to the front desk on Wi-Fi cost them $8 to $10 per call. They got about 150 calls per month before they brought Meru in. And therefore, it was a $1,500 per month cost for bad Wi-Fi that they had. So I'd simply like to ask you, think about your own operation, how many calls per month you're getting in terms of complaints around Wi-Fi, and what kind of savings financially your organization would have by deploying a flawless Wi-Fi for that customer. So customer experience, guest satisfaction, staff morale, financial impact. Those are really, I think, the core of why eliminating front desks is important. Front desk complaints is important. Now, why does this happen? Well, again, there's usually a few reasons, but you can see that most of them can be resolved quickly. The nature of older generation wireless architectures, what we'd call a microcell type deployment, that's what exists in most hotels and properties today. A microcell deployment by its nature, every access point is individual and has to be on a different channel than the one surrounding it. And that leads to a few issues, right? The first is that typically they don't operate at full power. They operate at a reduced power so that they can vary their power strengths to avoid this co-channel interference. And so the Meru approach, we use full power all the time. We use a virtualized wireless LAN. Every access point's on the same channel. So that means instead of individual isolated islands of connectivity that have to carefully manage each other to make sure the connectivity bridges across, we just simply have a blanket of connectivity across your whole campus, across your whole facility. And when somebody roams, they never change channels. So there's never an opportunity for dropouts, disconnects, reduced performance. In fact, sometimes even, I've definitely seen this in many properties, even inside of a guest room, you can see signal strength vary. And that's typically an artifact of a poorly implemented microcell type deployment. So second thing, in addition to the nature of microcell and having that management have to happen, is the nature of the traffic that goes onto the network. Microcell technology has been around for quite some time. And in those times where it was developed, the idea that voice, video, and data traffic in high density, in high throughput, would all be coexistent didn't really factor in. But Meru, we were founded in 2002, and our architecture was specifically designed to handle the combination, the converged nature of voice, video, and data traffic traveling on the same network. So we uniquely have special quality of service, QoS, rules around voice traffic so that they get handled in a special way to deliver toll quality voice. And that's important not just for your guests, but also staff that rely on voice handsets. We also have the ability to deliver streaming video, which IPTV is a next wave that's going to be coming into many properties over the next few years. To equip yourselves for it, the wireless network needs to be able to handle voice, video, and data traffic together, especially in high def. So I won't dwell on this, but I'd simply encourage you, go to mahrnetworks.com or go to YouTube and check out what we call the WLAN 500. It shows 500 clients operating in a 500 square foot space, all streaming videos, all making voice calls, all operating at full capacity without any glitches, operating flawlessly. So that's the kind of experience that we can bring into your facility as well. And again, you typically have today not just one person every 10th room operating on Wi-Fi. It's typically every room or every other room. But the density of users within your environment has been growing dramatically, and we have unique technology that can help with that. So finally, let me just talk about resolving these problems, finally, right? Making sure that you don't have any recurring issues, or making sure that when you've eliminated front desk complaints, that they stay eliminated. MAHRE is very unique in offering what we call our Service Assurance Manager, or SAM. SAM proactively checks the network. So once you've deployed a MAHRE network in your facility, we're constantly looking, testing the traffic, seeing if everything's going okay. And if we sense that there's any problems emerging, we give an early notification, an early alert, so that you, your IT people, maybe you work with a managed service provider, and we directly develop this with managed service providers in mind. They get that alert, and so if they see that there's a DHCP connection error that's started to happen, they can go in and fix it before any of the clients on your network actually see that problem. That's the best way to eliminate complaints. Proactively and preventively make sure that those problems never affect a client, but simply become information to your IT people to solve and solve in the background. So MAHRE's unique technology, whether it's virtualized wireless LAN, what we call airtime fairness, air traffic control, we have a number of technologies that ensure that clients connecting to your network stay connected, to get the proper performance delivered to them, and it can be done in a way that is really easy to manage and simple to deploy for you. So I'd encourage you, go to mahrnetworks.com, but most importantly, simply reach out to us. We often engage with customers, 30-day free trials. We come on site. We work with, frankly, some very large as well as very prestigious hospitality institutions around the world, whether it's the Raffles Hotel in Singapore, all the way through to cruise ships, cruise lines, airports, airplanes. We span the world in terms of our service to hospitality institutions. So we'd like to share some of that learning with you. So again, I'd like to encourage you, take a look at mahrnetworks.com, reach out to us. We'd love to come in. And again, I think in combination with your efforts and ours, we can solve and eliminate front desk complaints here and now. So again, thank you for your time and attention, and we look forward to working with you.